Boom, 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 boom. Welcome in. Welcome back to Soma. I couldn't come up with another good title, so I was like, let's just say what it is. It's a game where we just talk about philosophy and try to survive. Welcome back, welcome back. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm going to be honest with you. I was sitting here and I was like, what do I want to do?
Find Lambda, right? I mean, really? How big can this ocean be?
Also, I shifted my chair, my position of my chair, so now everything is breaking. Welcome to a Raz stream. This is how it goes. If it does anything else, then it's just not natural. So last part, we basically escaped to the first part of the area, and now we're in the second. We just came up out of here after we kind of avoided dying in a subway incident. And now I don't really remember what's going on or what to do, so now we're just running around and we're piloting our flesh suit. Are we human? I don't know. But despite the case that we don't know if we're human or if we're a robot or whatever the case, we're going to do our best. Because why not? I can't think of anything. But welcome in, Bear. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, the fishies! The fishies! I am going to be doing a challenge mode for like the next week. I've been trying to do it recently, but I've just failed miserably every time. And that is going to sleep like at a pretty consistent time. Whales and the fishes. But what I've noticed is whenever I have like a quote unquote bedtime, like, oh, I need to go to sleep now. I'm gonna be completely blunt with you. Normally that just means that's when I'm in bed laying down. Like that's not when I actually fall asleep. So my big objective is not really getting a consistent time to go to bed. Because I can do that. That's not really too big of a deal. But it's going to bed at a consistent time and then actually going to bed on or around that time. Like I'm not saying like, I don't know, like at 11, I need to hit the bed and then just immediately fall asleep. Like that's not realistic for anyone unless like you're working like literally the entire day. And even if you do work the entire day, like you're not gonna, like not every single time you're gonna be so tired you want to fall asleep. Sometimes I do that and literally I'm more energetic and it takes me longer to fall asleep because of it. It's weird. I don't know why. But trying to figure out how to do that is going to be very interesting considering I've never technically had a healthy sleep schedule. Like, don't get me wrong. I've slept at consistent times, but I haven't ever, like, you know, like some people are like, oh, yeah, you know, like, I go to sleep, like, I never really stay up past, like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But the reason why I'm doing this is you may be like, well, yeah, you know, it's honorable to want to get a good, consistent sleep schedule to make sure you're rested and so on, and all that good stuff. But the reason why I'm doing it is because someone brought up, Marie Edmonds, by the way, shout out. She brought up like, hey, why are you staying up and like making sure that you're always like awake as much as possible during the week, when instead you should be like staying up and making sure that you're super like you don't sleep very much on the weekend, because that's when you have the flexibility to do stuff, right? And I've never really had that thought before, you know, because I've always looked at sleep as like something I just have to do and nothing else. And that's not a bad thing. It's just like, it is what it is. It's just how I view it. But when I really thought about it, it became really clear what it meant and what the value was. And the value is if you just sleep normally during the week, right? Like, yes, you do have less free time, right? But then again, I just spend most of my, like literally all my time streaming or thinking about streaming or other things adjacent to it. Because welcome to Raz. But the thing that's interesting is that I would sleep more and I would have less quote unquote free time. But the thing that kind of made me push and go like, okay, I'm going to commit to this is, you know, yeah, I may get an hour or two extra time if I stay up really, you know, horrifically long. But the problem is it's like, oh, there's Lambda. Like, what is the actual, like, quality of life? Is there an increase because I get those extra 2 hours? Or is it just like, oh, I get to fight against the light? Oh, yeah. And when I realized it was the latter, where it's kind of just me doing it for the sake of doing it, and it wasn't actually beneficial, I was like, well, this is kind of a waste. Oh, an Omni tool. What are we going to get? So that's when I was like, you know what? Okay, we need a Cortex chip. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. But then I was like, you know what? It's, even though I technically would have less time to do stuff, it would mean that I would have more time to actually, like, get rested, get sleepy, and maybe form a habit of sleeping on a decent time. And then during the weekend, so, like, Thursday is kind of Friday Eve, right? Everyone knows that. So, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's when I really stay up, you know? And that's when I really, exploit the time that I got. Whee! Water physics, yay! At this depth, nothing should float.
This
It is
must
what
be
it is, though.
Lambda, where Catherine is.
Let me in. Let me in! I have my chai latte. Tea. It's like 90% milk, 10% chai latte. I'm exhausted. Oh, discovered Lambda. Chasing Catherine. Well, he's dead. I'm in no rush to figure out what happened, so let's loot. Is there any loot? No. Open your door. Open your door. I don't live here, but open your door.
Catherine?
So,
Don't look at
it's a human being with the pods on it. I'm out. Bye. I think it's safe to come out now. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna be like, all right, you have fun with it. I'm not dying for some stupid reason, but now my brain is starting to turn on again. And what I'm thinking, and my current guess is that we are kind of like a harbinger of death of sorts. You know, it's kind of like the one guy who isn't infected with the disease that can kill you, or rather is infected with it, but it doesn't kill him, and just walking around infecting stuff. That's kind of how I feel about the situation. Because everything seems to be falling apart very systematically as we keep going on.
Are you there? I'm hurt.
Now, here's the guess. Do you think that Catherine is going to be a human or a robot? I think the answer is pretty obvious. It's going to be a robot. That's what I thought. So, that's basically what I expected.
Next to you.
Hi, Catherine.
No, not you too. I was really hoping you were human.
Don't let the circuitry fool you. I was human once.
Can't take anymore. Everything's fucked. I give up. There's nothing left.
Calm down. It's not the end of the world.
You sure? It sure as hell looks like it. For all I know, there's no one left except for me.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I meant any humans left except for me.
Have you looked at yourself lately? You're a walking, talking diving suit with some electronics slapped on for good measure.
I don't.
You don't want to think about it? We'll start thinking about it.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be this. I want out.
Before you do anything hasty, could you help me with something?
What?
I was trying to find out what happened with my project when that brute knocked me to the ground.
Your project? How could anything possibly matter when you know you're a stupid robot in a stupid dead world?
Okay, focus. I need you to fix me so I can get back to work. Then you can sulk as much as you want.
You gotta be kidding, right? I think I have a better chance of building myself a time machine than of putting you back together.
I just need to access the computer. Oh, is that an Omnitool you're carrying?
Oh, the door opener? I picked it up at Upsilon where I woke up.
I don't know what to do. Plug it into the terminal.
Sure, whatever.
So here's something
When
interesting.
the
We now
Omnitool is loaded, just plug my Cortex chip into the tool.
What's a Cortex chip?
It will be obvious. I'll eject it for you. Just grab the chip and slide it into the Omnitool. Come on, I just need you to do this one thing for me.
Sure,
her
whatever.
her entire consciousness is on a freaking chip. That's insane. So here's something interesting. We now know how another person perceives us. So previously we were concerned about whether or not we were human, or my biggest thing was like, are we a big turd like her walking around? But to our perception, we look different. And I was like, well, the perception that I have is that we're in a diving suit and we're hooked up to like all these weird receptors and stuff. So I think we're, instead of being a fully robotic with a human AI, I think we're human but robotic. So we're a cyborg as opposed to like, you know, like a synth or something. So that's actually very
That
reassuring.
terminal right there.
Welcome, Elmure.
Terminal 27 activated.
The
Neural.
Omnitool is ready now. Should be easy enough. Just pick up the chip and slide it into the Omnitool.
Why does a robot chip fit a door opener?
It's standardized connect.
Catherine? All right, let's give this a try.
That's what I thought. So this is her entire brain right here. So this is... It's actually kind of terrifying to say that, but it's true that in the near future we will be able to confine the entire data containment of a human brain into a chip of some sort. Just like when the first, you know, kilobyte was invented, it was like literally the size of a factory. Whereas now we have terabytes, and I have 4 of them in my computer right now. You know, so that's going to be very interesting to see, but terrifying all the same.
Custom Cortex chip
Interesting.
found. Shutting down Helper Jane. Have a nice day.
Just pretty much anything will fit. Oh, this feels weird. I'm in the Omnitool? Thanks.
Feels.
So, what's the project about?
My project. Oh, well, I saved all the people on the station as brain scans and put them into an artificial world. We were going to launch it into space to save it from, well, all of this.
Are you telling me that you were going to launch a computer world filled with people into space?
Yes. It was just a pet project at first, but it got really serious after the comet took out the surface.
That's right.
Then suddenly it became very important, and it was officially named the Ark.
That's
Yeah.
appropriate. How far did you get?
I don't know, that version of me that I am. It came from a scan I did pretty early on. The living Catherine could very well have finished the project and launched it. I guess she could even still be alive. Weird thought.
I really
So
do
we're talking
appreciate
robots.
this, though.
Are they also scans you did?
They could be, but I doubt it. I'd expect much more sense if that was the case. All right, finally.
What's happening?
I managed to restore some data from the backup server. This should tell us everything we need. Oh. Could you do me a favor and run into the other room and have a look? I don't seem to be able to view the files in this condition. I need to know that the Ark is safe.
So
Sure,
are we just
yeah.
going to ignore the guy that,
Thanks.
like...
I'll unlock the door for you. What was it you said before? You're from Toronto?
Yeah, I just went in for a brain scan and suddenly here I am.
That doesn't make any sense. How? Why would anyone bring a scan from Toronto?
You think that's strange? What if I tell you it was back in 2015?
Whoa.
Okay. This is fascinating. Okay, this is because this stuff is starting to not make sense right now, because the big open door that we're trying to figure out how it got opened is 2015 is when we went in for the brain scan, and then we had basically no memory, completely blank until we woke
Doesn't make
up.
any sense of it.
You say
I
something?
agree.
Sorry, still trying to figure out how you got here.
Me
Got
too.
it.
Me, Kath. Me
I'd
too,
really
Kath.
like to know who thought sending a Canadian to the bottom of the sea was a good idea.
I agree. But the thing that's really frustrating and also very interesting about this, also perfect timing on that, is if we consider the facts and what we actually have, there has to be a reason, obviously, why our scan is here. My only guess is that there was some scientist that was rummaging through files and stuff, found ours somewhere and sent it over. Now, if that's the
What
case,
happened
then
before? That creature was strangely overbearing.
It rewards
Yeah,
you for
it
philosophizing.
basically exploded with electromagnetism.
That's bad for us, right?
That's what I thought.
Confusing at least. Gives the senses a good punch.
Oh, now I know where the spore guys are from. They're from the comet. Okay, that makes sense. Like, I was like, where the hell did this comet thing come from? What's going on here? What is this? Why is it here? Why is it there? What's going on? And it's like, oh, it came with the comet, and now it's like a parasitic organism that can take over the host in a sense, but not a zombie. Just more so like it can manipulate stuff. It can do stuff. That's why it's able to take over the memories of the humans and use the data, maybe intelligently, maybe not, to manipulate the world around it. Which is maybe one of the reasons why. Because, like, look at her AI chip. It has the weird spore fungus stuff going. Now, I will say I don't trust her. I don't trust this person at all. Maybe I will, but the fact that, like, she's like, oh, I can't access the files from here. You can open. I'll open the door for you.
Tower and the dock and the welcome center.
What?
This place is in ruins. All the cameras show static. It's so strange.
Well, there's still life support. We've got some food, stuff like that. Waste bin. Oh, fuck.
What are you doing? Be careful.
Yeah, that's not good. Can I open this door?
Careful! I think it's back. Keep your eyes peeled.
Door. I don't want to risk him breaking open the water and then flooding the entire area. We'd survive, but granted, I don't really want to mess up the station. There's something crawling around. That sounds pretty icky, gross. So
Catherine?
that's exciting.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
Now, the cheat code is that we know that it is a producer of electromagnetism. So we know that whenever we look at it or we're near it, it will cause some sort of mental fragmenting or something. I don't know. Where does it want us to go? Does it want us to battle station? Well, I'm guessing that's our way out, but oh, it's this one probably. Oh, this is the bathroom. All right. Let's see. What's weird is that it has a health thing. It heals us. Is that what it does? Or are we just giving it information as we go along? I don't like that. Or maybe that's how you pacify it? I don't know anymore. There's something in here. Nope. Okay. Now she said I think we needed to access the computer or something like that. I don't remember. Let me ask her, because she said, oh, I'll open the door, I need to access the files. I don't even remember what she said.
Check the computer in the other room.
Yeah, that's what it was. Check the computer. Alright, I can do that. I can do that. Can I turn on the light so I can see something, or? Alright. Probably not that room. It's probably like over here or something. No, dead end. All right, great. Computer. Maybe this one? 2103 from Matthias Yosik. Stayed up all night, seemed like a waste of sleep. Got on the TV in the background. The newscasters are covering the incoming comet like they were counting down for New Year's Eve. So it was in 2103 when it happened. I know it's messed up wishing you were here with me. I suppose if anyone has a chance to survive this thing, it would be you guys below the waves. I hope you are able to go on if it's a life worth living. Yeah, that last part, if it's a life, totally honest. I would rather be dead than live a life that's just horrific like this. Looks like it's about to hit the fan. I better hit send before the shockwave reaches us. I'm proud of you, boy. Oh my god. So it looks like it either hit on the 13th or the 14th or maybe the early morning of the 12th of January 2103. Jesus.
There's really no way around this. A freaking comet killed the planet.
Afraid
Yep.
so.
We were all stranded down here.
And we were the lucky ones.
So it looks like it was big enough to destroy and kill everyone on the surface, assumedly. Which is kind of scary considering, like, the spore stuff is down here. So it's like, what is actually remaining in this weird, horrific world that we live in? Well, live is a different word. We inhabit, but we don't know if it's real or not. Okay, where the fuck is this computer? Is it this thing? Oh. So, this is annoying.
I told you. Go check the computer in the other room.
Alright. Maybe it's down this corridor. Maybe it's in one of these. Okay. Still don't know what this is. Got another spore thingy majigger. For no reason it's here. Alright. I'm guessing maybe it's this room that we need to go in? Yeah, this seems about right. Alright. Area map. We've got probably power in this
Check the
room.
computer.
Yes, look for anything about the Ark.
Let me look at this one first. So, where we are right now... Okay, so the red triangle are, like, escape shuttles. That one we need the Catherine AI in order to do the Cortex chip. And then there's two more. One on the way over there and one over there that goes down. Okay, so that's good to know. That's good info. Data recovered for art. Alright, let me have a sippy poo as it loads. Alright, opinion poll.
Are you excited about the Ark? At first, I couldn't really see the point of it. But then I thought, why shouldn't we, right? I mean, if we are able to save even just a small piece of ourselves, why wouldn't we do that? So you are in favor then? I think it's really important we do this.
They're test subjects.
What are your thoughts on the Ark?
It's a great idea. Finally, we have something to do. Am I right?
Are you optimistic about the project's chances of, about the Ark reaching space?
It can definitely be done. You already solved the biggest problem. How to actually get us all in there. Now, all we have to do is build the damn thing. And hope Phi is still operational. Yeah, I think we can do it. But it's not gonna be easy.
What are your thoughts on the Ark project?
The idea is just incredible. By every definition. It really makes you think about what it means to be human.
What makes you say that?
Beyond the basics. Beyond the superficial. I'm convinced there's something with even greater value.
He's talking about
You
soul.
have provided a platform, which is not necessarily restricted to our digital progeny, but a means of actual survival. It's my sincerest belief that we can go on living through the reality of continuity.
Now, is he hinting at the fact of, like, a human robotic type species that's interlaced?
Is this from inside the Ark?
Yes. That's some early renders of the world inside.
Looks a whole lot comfier than this place.
You know, I'm starting to believe that where we are right now is actually the Ark. Item Cyan version 2, 5.11 square kilometers modular space. Citrus forest, Auroras, urban forest. Oh, damn. Okay. So they were being very literal with it. They're going to take the human brain, map it into an AI, inject it into a box, and then ship it into orbit. And it looks like... Yep, you have a data cell, and then you have the data chip itself that goes in. You have the actual AI chip that goes into the top. You have the storage unit. This is terrifying things to look at. Oh my god, it's even itemized. Then, after accruing everything together, putting all the things necessary for long-term sustenance, you have to put the flared bottom at the bottom, and then the open one at the top. You place it into seemingly a satellite, and then you send it into... So an ideal arc orbit has the apoapsis. Well, there's not really, you can't really tell, but looks like the plan is that it's going to slingshot off Earth. It's going to go around, and then it's going to run a long way around the entire area. So the red zone here is too close, you die. Yellow zone is the Goldilocks, so anywhere in between here. The problem is that Venus is going to get in the way because it's going to pull us, so that's terrifying, but max distance for sufficient performance. So, yeah, so it looks like we could get into an orbit where we're kind of running parallel with Earth. You know, kind of get into like a geostationary orbit of some sort. Calibration Survey 3. If you are reading this, you have successfully entered the ARC. I thought so. This survey is designed to give the developers a better understanding of your subjective experience and how to improve your well-being. Please continue with the survey. How would you describe your physical condition? I feel normal. I feel invigorated, a better version of myself. I feel alien. I'm a visitor inside another body. I feel fake. No longer a real person. How would you describe your mental condition? I would probably say definitely this. There's disconnection, a separation of mind and body, but no, yeah, it should be this because I don't feel altered. It's just like it's disconnected. How would you describe your senses? Well, obviously it's a video game, but if this were real life, it would appear that it was basically the same. You know, the only thing we really have is sight and sound, so I guess as expected, normal. But sense impressions can be easily manipulated, and you can be completely unaware of whether they're working or not. So it is what it is. How would you describe the sensation of your new condition? I don't like it. Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah, I don't like it. Something's wrong. Are you troubled by the fact that you are no longer strictly human? There we go. That's what I wanted to know. No, I feel fine. Yes, I mourn my previous existence. No. Also, by the way, devs, if you're watching this, that's a comma. Fix it with a period, please. How do you perceive your new existence? Like a direct no. Like a new chapter? No. It's like being born? No. Yep, it's completely different, and even though you are your previous self, you aren't. That's the sad truth. Do you think this existence will be a life worth living? Nope. Because you're no longer human. You're now human combined with AI and so on. That's one of the reasons why, like, AI and, you know, the concept of uploading a human consciousness into a chip is never going to be normalized. And if it is, it's going to be a delusion because it isn't reality. It's not human. You will no longer be human once you are no longer 100% human. So even if you have, I mean, if you, like, for example, like, let's say you have, like, a leg that you lost and you replace it, that's fine. But the thing is that you still possess the biology of a human being. It's just you're making up for some of the things you lost. So if you have a condition that requires a new lung or something, or a new heart, that's different. What I'm saying is that this is a complete disconnection from everything. You no longer have a fully a human body. It's all cybernetic. And not only that, but the thing that we attribute to a soul or consciousness or mind or whatever is the brain. And we don't have a brain anymore. It doesn't exist. It's a chip, which, you know, can be programmed and is programmed. Would you rather be removed from the project and accept death? No, because that's one of the unfortunate and beautiful things about being innately human is that even if this situation isn't, every human being has a desire to keep going. Would you rather be removed and just die? No, God no. Absolutely not. Yeah, your answers have been saved. Thank you for participating. Thank you. Arc tracker.
I found a tracker homed in on the Ark.
Oh, that's clever. I wonder if I thought of that. Does it still work? I really need to know what happened to it.
I think so. It's doing something at least.
Where is it?
Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
Please let it be safe.
So, let's see if we can find it. In the middle of Mediterranean? Ah, I see. Ah, that's why you have a guy from Toronto, because it's in here. Oh, we're getting closer, though. The more the bar fills up, the closer we are. Yeah, I was like, it has to be equatorial because... That's interesting. So we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Is that at Lambda? Oh. Phi? Is that Tau? Okay, it's at Tau. We know that. Well, how do we get in? And then it's probably going to be in the worst place. So maybe there? Who'd have thought?
I found it. It's at a site named Tau.
Oh, no. It's on Earth. It's so close to Phi, they almost made it. Damn it, it won't make it for long in that state. A couple of decades at most. That's not much to build a future.
If we got to it, could we get on the Ark?
I suppose, but I'm not exactly flexible at the moment.
Well, I can put you on my Omni tool. Alright, so now we have our objective. We need to navigate from Lambda to Theta to Omicron to Tau. So, LTO, so LTOT. LTOT Phi. And then that goes to him. Alright.
I'll take us there. I can move, jump, swim, sort of. You're stuck in the door opener, the Omni tool. I'll just carry you there and you'll show me what to do.
That sounds really risky. Besides, I don't like the idea of you carrying me around.
Well,
Catherine, this is
too
what
damn
we wanted
bad.
to do. Your final mission. Let's launch the Ark.
We would need to find a way to get into the abyss. Can't take the climber without a power suit. We probably have to go to Theta and pray that Dunbat's still working.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go to Theta.
I don't know, it's pretty far.
Catherine, look around. What else is there to do? You know what? I found his sunken vessel just outside. Bet that could take us to Theta.
Really?
Didn't look completely out of action. It even lit up a little when I tried the Omni tool on it.
Okay then, let's have a look. I'll just eject from this thing. Don't forget to take me with you.
Can I pull the Omni tool out?
Wait,
Oh, what's up, Cray? What's up,
okay,
Zenobia?
Just be sure to plug me in again at some point.
You got it.
Good luck, Simon.
It's kind of cool that when they were talking about the time frame, a couple decades, that's not a lot of time at all. I'm like, it's like 20 years. You know, there's an episode of Curiosity with Adam Savage that explores the immortality through science, and it does run into the Ship of Theseus question towards the end of the upgrades. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, the Ship of Theseus is basically the philosophical question of, if you have a ship that is on this side of the river, and there's what's called an isthmus, there's a land bridge that you have to get over. And the way that you get over is that you can't go around. You're like in a pond, and it's Theseus' ship, hence the name Ship of Theseus. So what they did is that, you know what? They can't afford to buy a new ship, so they're like, screw it. We're going to take every nail, every plank, everything whatsoever. And they deconstruct it. And they bring it to shore, and they bring it across the land bridge. They walk across the land bridge with all the materials. They go into the area. They go into here, and they build the ship again. And they put it in the water, and they sail off. Well, the argument goes is that still the Ship of Theseus? Or is that Theseus 2? Is that a different form? Because technically speaking, if we're being very specific, if there is a single nail or a single plank or anything like that that is different from the original, then it's clear to say that wouldn't be the ship of Theseus. Now, there are many ways to answer the ship of Theseus question, but the most popular one that I've seen people do is we don't identify or say that the ship of Theseus is the ship of Theseus because it contains all of its original parts. What if a human being loses a leg, like I was using in the previous example? If a person loses a leg, and let's say they get a bionic leg, for example, or whatever the case is, are they still them, right? Like, let's say their name is Adam, right? And they lose their leg and they get a new one. Are they still Adam? Obviously, you're going to say yes, because it's still Adam, it's just without a leg. And then people would say, well, the ship of Theseus is still the ship of Theseus. It's just without those planks and those boards. But the answer to it is very important in how you view identity. It's a question of identity. So when you have these questions like, okay, there's an AI in this chip that goes by the name of Catherine. It was copied completely and totally from a certain version of Catherine. It wasn't the most updated human version, but it was still Catherine. Is that still Catherine? Now, the reason why I answer no is because there's nothing that remains of the original ship, of the original Catherine. Therefore, how could it be Catherine? It's Catherine 2 or a separate version. And the funny thing is even in the monologue rather, she even says she differentiates herself from the human Catherine. Like they're two different beings. And it's very, very cool, as Craig says. Also, welcome in. Hi, Synovium. So now we've got our AI with us, but that's just one of the things that's really interesting about this game is because whether you care about philosophy or not, it really does make you think about how you view the world, completely regardless of anything else besides just the principles themselves. Like in the first part, I decided to sacrifice a guy who was a robot but like thought he was human, and he was like in eternal pain or whatever in order to open a door. Do I think about that guy? No, I don't care, because he's not real. It's an AI. All of the existence that he's living is not real. It's a simulation of sorts. Also, sorry for the noise. But we also see this as well with the Ark. The Ark is literally that. It's the... Well, I'm going to wait for the noise to end, but like, if you've ever watched Naruto, Madara's pet project, spoilers, by the way, for Shippuden, is to do something called the Infinite Tsukuyomi, which is basically put everyone into a dream state where their bodies and their minds are... their bodies are in the corporeal world, but everyone gets transported to their dream utopia. If you want to be with the person that you want most, you're with them. If you want to go and do this and be known for that, you are that. It's basically enabling you to live this unimaginable, like more or less isekai, right? Get transported to another world, but still have your body. And that's what the Ark is. You don't have a human body, you upload your consciousness into an Ark, and you have this simulated area that you live in for aeternum, which is Latin for eternity. And that's a very terrifying thought, because a lot of people actually and genuinely believe that we ourselves, right now, this very moment, are living in a simulation. And the problem is that just like Catherine, just like the other guy that I killed ruthlessly, and the other people, you would have no idea how to differentiate, because you would have no idea. How can you know what it's like to be something if you've never been something? Like, how can you ever know what it's like to be a dog if you're not a dog? How can you ever know what it's like to be a cat if you've never been a cat? We can know traits and things that are similar to it, but we don't know what it is. This is why I love this game, because it's like such a brain teaser.
What is this? Curie Emergency Vessel 4. Hey, Simon, can you hear me?
Yes. I hear you. Can you get this thing running?
Hang on, I'll give it a try.
Open your door. Sounds like it's gonna be a no.
Sorry, it's dead.
Figured.
Worth a shot?
The CV came from Curie. It was a ship that used to make runs between Lambda and Lisbon. Looks like their wreck is close. Maybe you can find a vessel like this one inside.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll just save the security information and update the Omnitool. There. Should help you get around.
Great.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be using this to go from one to another. And we're going to try to find a ship to kind of get out of here from. But also, I do love the naming nomenclature. Like Marie Curie, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, it's that guy. It's not anything else. It is very interesting, though, that... well, the good news is that we know that it's down here. We know that the escape thing is blah, 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 blah. So we just have to walk down there. But it is kind of worrisome because, you know, a lot of these games that have to deal with very existential and philosophical questions tend to never end in a good way. They always tend to end in a very... male or female, depending on how it looked, where the nervous system in the head was taken over by the spores. Okay, so now we're gonna have a flip on the head. So now we've been focusing primarily on the human and the robotic, and now we're transitioning from that to the human and the fungal or the parasite or whatever it's called. Because very clearly, because this isn't like, you know, it's horror, but it's like, okay, you have a guy who just teleported instant transmissions in front of me, looked at me and said, fight me. I looked away and he's like, I won't fight you then, and then disappeared. So it's going to be a very, time for crap, crap. Okay, time for crap. That you have this really interesting case where instead of really being wrangled with the thought of like, am I human or am I not? Now we have to think, well, are the people that are taken over by the fungal spores and so on? Squirrel moment. Exactly. Squirrel. Love that movie. Like, is that going to be sufficient for humanity? And the ship of Theseus is actually, and by the way, Crab, I appreciate you bringing this up because I forgot about this, but you know, the ship of Theseus is one of the most ancient examples used to really, really get people to think about what they value in an individual, right? You know, and it's really fascinating. It does you do get into the weeds if you're not careful, and I feel like I do a pretty good job not getting into it most of the time, but it is nice to just be able to re-engage with really interesting concepts that normally you don't do it. In fact, that's my main gripe with philosophy and a lot of pure academia, and this isn't slander. This is actually a genuine thing that I've noticed that I don't know how to fix. But a lot of academia has to do with purely academia rather than practicality. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually very good. If you look at ancient history, hell, even today, there is a ton of purely academic things that you don't really see any utilitarian practical use for in day-to-day, which isn't a bad thing. However, the reason I say this is because it becomes very difficult for a regular person or a layman to get interested into it because they have to, like, it is very difficult to pursue academia for anything besides itself, because you have to have that curiosity, that desire, and also a lot of patience and determination. But alongside that, if you either have that or don't have that, if you don't see a practicality or use for it, it becomes very difficult to defend it, right? It's kind of like there's a very fascinating, but it's kind of futile in terms of the cost of how you interpret time, right? So there's a massive debate called presentism versus eternalism, where presentism is the concept of... Wait, where is it? That way? There he is again. Very interesting. Female. It's female. That's Catherine. Huh. Sorry. So presentism versus eternalism. So presentism is how 99% of people interpret time, where, you know, squirrel moment. That happened in the present. Okay, now, but if we wait 10 minutes, like how I was talking earlier originally about the ship of Theseus, that's in the past. We can't go back to it. And the future is coming. So when we think in time, we normally think of it as a linear thing. Well, there's actually another way of looking at time where it's eternal, where the past, the present, and the future all exist at the same time. It's just that we only have access to the present. But then the question becomes, well, Raz, how do we know when we switch from the present to the future? Or sorry, when do we know when the future becomes the present and the present becomes the past? And the problem is, we don't know, right? It's up to you. Like, what slice of time, when does it happen? But the thing is that in terms of practicality, it really doesn't change very much about how you practically live life. You treat life the same way you would a presentist as you would an eternalist, or an eternalist as you would a presentist. Being an eternalist actually affords you a little bit more leeway with like particular ideals and so on. But besides that, like, that's it. And it's like, how do you make someone care about that where there's no practicality? Like I said before, it's futile because it doesn't matter which one you particularly believe in because it won't change anything. It will change your mindset and your perception, yes. But in terms of actual tangible physical, ow. What, you don't want to hear about it? Okay, fine. Okay, I see how it is. Just play the game, Raz. It's a shark. It's a shark. It's my stream, and you're telling me to shut up. Ah! That's cool. That's a hammerhead. Oh. Am I supposed to be afraid of the shark? You know, most people are terrified of sharks. I'm not. Most of them are pretty... Most of them are pretty, interesting. Also, I need to do a thing where, like, I show on stream when there's a redeem for something. Because the VOD is just going to be a bunch of random weird noises that are going to be... What the hell? That are going to be because of the simple fact that, like, I made that weird noise redeem. So, I need to get on that. I'm going to add that to my list of things to do. Add chat thing for redeem. Lamau. Because otherwise it's just me making random weird noises for no reason whatsoever. And the only reason why I added that redeem was because I was like, oh, this could be funny. But I'm also kind of like worried that it's gonna be like unimaginably annoying and it's like gonna detract from stream. So like it's this weird like thing. There you go. Interest. Uh-oh. I need to lean down. The immersion. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I need to oh god, I have been so behind on stuff. Fix pinch red. I really do appreciate this though, because it's like I need to just do it, you know? I need to take the words of Shia LaBeouf and just go from there. Up the ladder. Nah, lean back for the double check. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it looks like now, but it is what it is. Pinterest is a bit more aggressive. Yeah, I need to change it to like choke, you know, because I meant to rename pinch to choke and then keep the weird noise. And my plan was like, oh, like someone will say, oh, dude, make a weird noise, Raz. And then you can like choke me. And then I'll like, you know, make a noise that sounds like I'm being choked. So like it gives a lot of it. If it's choke, I'll definitely use it more often. Yeah, I'll just rename it. That's all I have to do. I could do it right now, but I'd rather play Soma because I want to get locked into the world of philosophy. JK. I actually just really like this game because it's not hard, but it is very like it's like D&D, right? Like where you aren't really playing much. You're really just thinking. Like that's literally what D&D is, right? Like, you know, you're playing an anime in your head as things happen. And the difference is whether you have a good DM and good players, right? I'm gonna close this behind me just in case. This is Oh, it's loading a new area. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Right, we're in. Let's find a working
What a hell of a
escape
screenshot. Okay, we've got that. So, what's fascinating to me about all this is it's very clear that the woman or the man, I'm assuming that's like Catherine. Like Catherine was trying to get everything done and failed because either there was something internally wrong with the actual plan that fell apart, or worse, she decided that there was no...
The ocean is dark. Incredibly dark. In the distance, I can see land. According to navigation, it's Lisbon, the coast of Portugal. Any signs of life? Over. Over. It's on fire. Everything is on fire. The flames, they're reaching all the way into the sky. It's not real. Any signs of life? Over. No.
Yeah, because in the event of an actual comet hitting Earth, it's not really, like, the reason there's a firestorm is because the amount of mass being transferred is so insane, you know? But the thing that's interesting is that, like, what is the reason why we weren't able to divert the comet? It's actually easier overall to divert a comet than it is to, like, launch everyone into space. What a weird thing that is. To make some noise and go away. I'm curious. If he goes away after I do this, then I know that... Okay, now this one's going from the left and the right. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, cripes. We're fine, we're fine. Now, the thing that's... I kind of want to die to it so I can get an up-close look at it. Is it, like, going to eat my ass? Is that what it's going to happen? Because I'm looking away? Oh, well, I'm dead. Unless I can, like, side strafe around the edge. If this works, I'm a genius. Okay, I'm getting closer to it. This is not good. It's just right behind me. It's either walking away or walking towards me. I don't know. Get ready for a jump scare. I lived. Woo! Okay, so it went that way. I'll take that. Oh! Even though I knew he was there, I still got startled. So. Emergency shuttle. Nice. Ow. Quick time event. Yeah, so it's a human being with the spores. So it's definitely some sort of weird hybrid. Now, can it climb ladders? No, it can't. Interesting. And we just got a checkpoint. Can't see it, but it did the brain, which means checkpoint, so augers. I feel like I'm missing stuff, though, because of the AI, but that's okay. My worst case, I'll just watch a video, but it is very curious to me in the grand scheme that I think the brute reality is Catherine failed and was unable to actually make good on her promise to actually get out of here, and in her either stupidity or in her intended desire integrated with the spores, and from there essentially decided, and either unintentionally or otherwise, that that's a massive comet. What's funny is that we don't even need that big of a comet to hit Earth and do that to us. Like, it's actually kind of impressive and also very depressing at the same time. I hate this. I really do hate this damn enemy. Like, it's a good enemy, but it's just like, it's not, it's just annoying. Anyway. Okay, I wanna go and check that out. Before anything else, I want some lore. Darn it. gonna go for a little walkie poo. And hope and pray that he walks into this door. And if he doesn't, then I'm gonna die. Because this is what we've got here, basically. So give it a second. But my current thesis is that this entity walking around is a human being that integrated with the spores, as I've said 99 million times now. But the question is that whether it was the spores getting a one-up on Catherine or Catherine meaningfully integrating / interacting. Just gonna wiggle peek. Okay. Okay, it's nearby. Dead end. Okay. But yeah, like I said, you don't even need that much to... We're gonna throw a cup at it. Well, actually, no. I don't want to do that. What is funny, though, is that, like, we can actually misdirect, like, virtually any comment with, like, ICBMs. I think they've even, like, talked about, like, in the event that happens, like, they will just absolutely just annihilate anything that comes from outer space. And now the thing is just chilling out there. Did the spores come from the meteor? I missed the beginning of the stream. So I don't know. Let me make sure we're safe. Okay. So catching you up. I don't know. We know that a comet hit Earth, and that's the reason for it. Oh, good God.
Impact is imminent.
So that marker on the top left there, if it's hard to read, says 11 billion. And then I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is now less than 1 billion, maybe a million people on Earth. Which is, very bad, because that essentially means it's GG no re for humanity if we're not careful. Okay, that's the original slingshot that we were thinking about. Oh, hell. I think I'm dead this time. But no, I don't know if they came from the meteor. My guess is yes. That is kind of my current best guess of the situation, because the big kahuna, oh damn it, is this thing is walking around. It's humanoid, and it has all these things going on, but the spores and like the thing in our suit are electromagnetically, is that a hand? No. Are kind of done. Also, I need to get down to the escape pod, but I'm gonna explore, so why not? My guess is that it does come in. The thing in your suit. Yeah, so like the things in our suit, they're blue, but I don't know if they're spores or if they're something else. I genuinely have no idea.
Safe while submerged. The crew, what's left of it, is doing okay. For the rest of the world, there's no good way to describe it. The destruction is absolute. The surface is just gone.
Yeah, so that's a very old log. Curie. Oh, interesting. It's one of these. Multi-purpose logistic vehicle. Interesting. So these are actual real ships that they use where basically, what is it? Look at the ship that like goes vertical. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called a Curie, actually. And it starts out like this, like a barge, and then it floods the bottom part and it goes vertical. Really cool, actually. It's a real thing. Hey, Raz, how's it going? Doing great. Trying to figure out if we got space bugs. Space herpes. Yeah, it's actually, like, I remember the first time I saw the ship do that, and I'm like, this is incredible. This is cool. Also, I skipped the emergency shuttle, but it is what it is. It's fine. We just need to find the emergency shuttle to get to the next area. It looks like I think we'll be fine. There's no base dude, but yeah, it is kind of interesting though, because it didn't just, well, how did they calculate the actual amount? You know, like how did they know it went from 11 billion to XYZ? Coolant efficiency is 99%, reactor temp steady. Yep, ye old entropy. So these are reactors. Thank God they work. But notice how the spores and stuff are all taking it. So like, part of me wants to believe that this is just a very reactive thing, kind of like, you know, I don't know, kind of like a space bug or something. But the only thing that I've been able to really wrap my head around and see is the fact that this is a thing that thinks. It's not something that just acts. Because of that, it becomes very interesting about, did they tell you what happened yet? Don't want to spoil things. So what we know so far is that the captain of the Curie said there's no one left alive. We saw a chart that said there's like less than a billion or a million people left in the world. And I'm currently fighting and trying to stay away from the guy that has the big ball on his head that is just shooting out insane EMFs. And we were just talking about how on the suit, like I have the blue stuff that looks like the spores, and I'm curious as to whether or not that's something that is like a suit meant to take advantage of and benefit from the spores, or if it's like the spores doing or anything. But at the moment, my current thesis is that whatever these spores are, they're intelligent. They may not be hive mind or anything like that, but they are definitely intelligent things. Or if they're not, then they're definitely mimicking it at minimum. And they're making it such that it appears that way, which by itself is more than enough. We also see here that we need to get to what, Theta, Omicron, and Tau is our path. So, you know, I'm looking at it objectively. Oh, is that a human corpse? Ribcage, pelvis. Where's everything else? Got dead corpse on the CCTV, it seems. Wow. Yep. The service is just gone. Yeah. Sounds about right. But at the moment, it seems like our goal is to meet up with, or use AI Catherine to get us to the Ark and get us out and away from Earth. So it seems like, you know, we're not going to save the world. We're not going to do anything heroic. We're simply just going to see if we can get the GTFO, more or less. And honestly, like, in this situation, like, what can you do, right? Because when it comes down to it, like, obviously, like, having a partner and blah, blah, blah is, like, nice to have. But this is a survival situation. There's no such thing as longevity. It's just survive now. Otherwise, you won't be able to be here for later. So, like, there's the chart where it says it went from 11 billion or 9 or whatever down all the way to basically nil. Roughly, statistically, anyway. But the thing that really gets me is I'm really curious to see whether the meteor brought the spores or whether the spores were a result of the meteor, or, you know, what the logical chain of events were for that. But at any rate, this is Catherine AI. Hello. Good morning.
You made it. This is much better. Let's see if we can't get this thing moving.
She gets confused.
Wait, what? Safety locks are blocking the vessel's release. Are you kidding? How much more of an emergency could this ship be in? It's on the bottom of the sea. Take a look at the engine room and see if you can figure it out. Maybe there's an override or something.
That's why I need to go to the rest of the ship.
There, like the ones we saw at Lambda.
The more reason to get going.
What?
Come on, you know the drill. Don't look at them or get too close. It'll mess with your circuits.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just look away and wait for them to go away.
We need to get out of here.
I know.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
Sabotage the stabilizer, Simon. The black cords you mentioned, pull them down.
I didn't mention any black cords, but thanks. I love that. You're just two consciousness trying to survive instead of human survivors. Yeah, it's like, you know, there's obviously the argument of like, well, can we produce? Like, can we reproduce? Can we produce? What is the word that we use, you know? But like I said, that's a luxury thing that doesn't matter right now, because we can't do any of that or even think about that unless we're safe. And frankly, like, at the moment, my current conception is that we are currently, where we are, this entire game takes place basically in the middle of the Atlantic near the Canary Islands. Does Catherine know she's an AI? Now, yes, she's aware. So the AI Catherine is aware that she is an AI, and she is not human. Although we do not know whether or not the human AI or the human Catherine is alive. Why are you crouching? Because if the big guy comes by, you make a lot of noise. So generally speaking, you get a massive flash of in your face whenever they're nearby. But it's just kind of out of habit that I do it, because if you make a lot of noise, I think it may spawn too much. But excuse me. But yeah, like having two consciousness trying to survive is very important. So we need to bring down the black cables. This one? Oh. We're in the engine room. This is basically as close as you get to engines. That doesn't much. How do we get out? Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe I need to pull them off of the... Ah. There we go. Fine, fine. Ah. It's fine, it's fine. Ah!
Warning. Reactor collapse imminent. Proceed to the emergency booth.
I'm out. Oh, this is a dead end. Fuck. I forgot the path. Hold on. You died. That's interesting. That's an interesting way of saying it. You died. They're mean. They're mean. They're so mean, because I was like, oh, maybe I can get a hint. Maybe I can, you know, get a nice little hint there. Yeah, what is the only way that I die in a game like this? Running into the wrong freaking room. That's okay, though. Yeah, because what happened was that I joined you and it's a die. Hey, it is what it is. It's how it goes. It's okay. So what we got to do is when we come to this corridor, we got to run down. Yeah, so I went right. I should have went left. It is what it is. All right, let's try this one more time. We got to get rid of the space connector thingamajoohickeys and then go from there. What's up, Cal? How are you doing, by the way? We got to pull them off. I'm going to do like I did before, so I have leeway. It is kind of funny, though, how he gets really pissed off once I take him off. Ah! Pretty good, you. I'm doing great. Let's see if I succeed.
Warning. Reactor collapse imminent.
I'm out.
Proceed to the emergency booth.
It's so loud. It's so loud. I need to go left this time. Go right. Go down. Go left. Go around. Holy moly, he's magnetic. He's a maniac. Maniac on the floor.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay.
It's taking so long.
We need to pump all the water out before we take off.
Can't you
Well,
do
he's
any
banging on the
faster?
door.
I'm almost there.
Okay. Well, we did it. We did it. We're alive. Whew.
All right, here we go. Hold on to something.
I have a fire extinguisher.
Can you steer this thing?
Starboard rudder is choking, but I can compensate.
How do you even
That's
know what
not bad.
direction we're going in?
Don't worry, I'm hooked up to the navigator. We're headed for Theta. Should be a matter of minutes.
I thought I was done
Got
for
a map
back
on our
there.
left.
Seems like the WoW is keeping the Curie from going
Wow.
into a catastrophic failure state. I mean, how did it get on the ship?
Are you talking about the black tentacles in the engine room? I've seen them before at Upsilon. What are they?
Yeah,
They're
what
a
are they?
manifestation of a malfunctioning station-wide artificial intelligence called the WOW.
Station-wide? So we just made a
Oh.
powerful enemy.
No, it's not like that. The AI isn't a persona. It doesn't feel or think like we do. It's more like a cancer.
Oh, that's okay. That makes sense.
Was that the ship?
Looks like your sabotage worked better than expected. Brace for impact! Ah! Just pushed us off the plateau.
What does that mean?
If I don't hit Delta, we're dead.
Hit the Delta. So, for those of you who don't know what just happened, the station blew up, and the explosion was so powerful that we were hit by the blast that came from it, which pushed us off the...
Please remain seated.
Which pushed us off the plateau. And now, LOT, so Omicron... Yeah, so we bypassed Omicron, and we went for Theta or whatever. Oh, we're alive, seemingly. Just a bunch of AIs fighting for survival. Darn right. Yeah, she didn't mention what would be best to hold on. Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. All right, Catherine, hopefully you're doing good, because I'm not. That hurt like hell.
I'll never get this open.
Great. Open the door.
Oh, hey, little guy. Didn't expect to see you again.
Oh, it's our homie. Hey, yo, come here, little boy. Oh, come here, good boy. Oh, what a good robot. See the little blue things on my hand? Now we know what it is. So the WOW, which I didn't put it together. Oh, stranded. Crash landed on Peak Delta.
I'll find a way to Theta.
So for those of you curious, now we know what it is. So the spore-like things is actually our creation. And what that means is that all the stuff going on is basically itself. So it's like a good guy flood, except it doesn't explain the human with the spore as well. This is why I think my microwave after it warms my pizza rolls got to be the machine's good side. Yeah, I mean, like, if machines are real, and machines are, well, machines obviously are real, but I mean, like, if machines are sentient, like the new, like, Tesla unboxed or revealed their robots or whatever, like, even if I don't give them personhood, or I don't give them, like, if I don't say they have a soul, like, just like you would treat a blade with respect when you're cutting your dinner, you're going to treat either your tools or the things you work with or interact with respect. You know, it's not required, but, like, you know, a turtle. And that's why, like, whenever I'm really tired and, like, I use my microwave, like, I'll give you a little pet pat. Good boy. Good little guy. You know, I sometimes mistakenly in my tired stupor go, oh, thank you for the food. You know, like, I say it facetiously, but at the same time, like, I really do mean it. And I think that's kind of like how this is. And it's like, well, in the event that there is AI that takes over, hey, at least we won't die. The first person to screw Optimus is going to be single-handedly responsible for Skynet. Imagine. I mean, at least, like, this is kind of, we're being attacked by basically the immune system of the entire program here. So the system has a lot of things that need to be prepared. So they made something that even if humans are all dead, it can keep going. Since obviously AI, you know, we're implanting consciousness and stuff, it's not an easy task. What I think is really interesting, though, is the fact that they have this, like, self-defense system, which is the WOW, in this case, the spore stuff. And that is what we're fighting against. Oh. Hey! In we go. Nice. So that makes it a little bit more palpable for my brain. So, unfortunately, no ET to our knowledge yet. We're dealing with basically, like, think of, like, holy shit. Think of, like, nano machines, but, like, really big and autonomous. That's kind It's evolving. It isn't a stagnant... Oh, yuck indeed. 5 of clubs. What is this? Alprax. Alprazolam. Probably an antidepressant, because it's a Zolom family. Well, probably don't want to open that one. What the hell happened here? My reflection in the black blood of our warden whispers. How do I... Oh, wait. Sorry. My reflection in the black blood of our warden whispers. I need to save them from this hell. Let them sleep. Lock them in the lucid dreams I've seen. Huh. Don't know what that means. Now, this is interesting, though. Brains. You've got webs of information. Coral. Coral important? The light is hurting my eyes. He's telling me I don't need this vitreous flesh inside my skull to see salvation. I will gladly remove them. Stop them from obfuscating this divine mission. Interesting. Such unnecessary big word usage, by the way. It's exciting to watch WoW claim Delta. Half a year ago, I'd be worried. I'd have Goya? Oh, Goya, yeah. I'd have Goya and Juan clean the black blood from the machinery. Now, its crusty surfaces seem to complement, even outshine what Delta was. Big word makes smarter. Exactly, exactly. If you don't use your SAT words, how will people know you scored well on it? Oh, clearly we got to do this. Corrupt opponent? Come on. I want to see how fast I can lose in a game. My elo on chess.com is like 1,500. That's like the highest I ever got it before I went, I'm bored. I was like, I don't really like playing chess. Like, whatever, it's fine. Not really too big of a deal. Big strike.
All right. Can't believe how much I'm sweating in this suit.
So it looks like there are different tiers. 1,500 is really good. I don't know. Can I even... Hold on. I did it on chess.com. How do I log in? Log in. Oh, yeah, it's a new computer, so I don't even have the login info. But, I mean, the way I did it is just by annoying people.
I have to speak with Akers about that. Isn't that right, Akers?
Hey, could you maybe help? I need to get the theta.
Make yourself useful.
Hey, can you hear me?
Don't worry about it. I got this.
Okay,
Yeah.
So now I know.
You put in a good word for me? I'm not sure that's a good thing. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, I was right. So it looks like the people that are in those machines with the very clearly lacking intelligence are probably, if not then almost a guarantee, inferior AI uploads. 1,500 is really good. I mean, I think I was around there. It's been years. Back in like 2020 was when I used to play. My record is like 1,400 in high school. Currently, I'm 1,150. Yeah, you like unless you're studying like a bunch of the methods and stuff, like it's not like it's weird. It's like you got to optimize the fun out of the game. Unfortunately, there's a lot of underrated players on chess.com. Yeah, there are tons. Sorry for linking. I didn't. Oh no, you're good. I don't care. So secret is I don't have any mods, so it's just me, and I have basically very little filtering. And the reason why is because if you want to put a link, like literally every time someone wants to put a link, they ask. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Oh. And the reason I do it is because, like, I don't need to do anything crazy. And then even when, like, you accidentally do it, like, you apologize, like, on the spot. Like, that's the type of people that hang out here. So I don't really need to do anything crazy. But in the event that, like, because I'm not, like, perfect, but, like, in the event that, like, this is cool. like it bans you or anything like that, send me a DM on Twitter or Discord, and I will do my best to you know, get you unbanned and all that, because obviously, like, that's BS. Okay, there's red. No. I don't know what this does, but I don't know how this is gonna help either.
Brandon, did you move the Carthage casing? We need to test that one before we ship it.
Hey, you.
Give me some room, will you?
Yeah, so the thing that I'm currently like kind of going about is the fact that I'm really concerned about is there the possibility of human life right now? And I think the frank answer is no. It's alive. If anyone reads Japanese, can you tell me what that says? It's kanji, so I don't know. My stream keeps freezing, so I might just need to watch the VOD later, Nightraz. Alrighty, sounds good, Cal. You have a good one. I'm sorry it's lagging and being weird. I don't know why that's the case. I'll make sure and see if there's anything on my end as well to see if, because generally speaking, whenever it's like glitchy and stuff like that, it's Twitch being stupid. Check stream health for Cal. There you go. It's fine. Yeah, then it's Twitch. I hate that. Oh. I haven't had... Yeah, so, like, the thing that sucks about Twitch is that sometimes, like... And it's not anyone's fault. I think it's my internet. Damn. Well, you should be able to... Obviously, if you need to go, you need to go. But try putting in, like, 240 and see if that fixes it. If it still lags like hell, even on, like, 240p, then it's Twitch. I guarantee you. Unless, like, you know, like, if you do speed tests and you see, like, oh, like, you have, like, bad internet, like... You can only do so much, right? What a good robot. He's such a good boy. Watch, like, the AI in there as, like, a 25-year-old man that's, like, just chilling out. Alright, well, now we're in here. But, yeah, Twitch sucks. Health. Into the butthole. Interesting. So it is kind of curious that we're being attacked by the WoW, because it seems as such that... Wait, are we... Okay, we're at Delta? Right? I think? And I guess we need to go on the little scuttlebutt on the bottom right to get out of here. Alright. But... Oh, I was saying something. Whoopsie. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Typical Raz moment. Oh, Hoggers? Screw my tangent. K8, UH8, Complex AN7U, Light Universal Helper, no remote pilot. While the K8 lacks a voice module, it is able to communicate via simplified sounds and lights. Okay, okay, Complex AN7U. So it's not a human, it's a complex. Same thing with the bolt. Oh, no. Oh, no. These are humans piloting it. This is, okay. Complex is the location. 7U, 5U, 7U, 2U. So the more advanced, the better. That's not good. But we do have a Qualia RV2. We're moving around, I guess. Messages. Ooh. August 12th, 2103. Harry, put it in reverse, Harry. It's been decided that you and your crew will evacuate to Theta on the 14th. Everything is being taken care of, and you will all be given new positions as you arrive. You will have to fall into the ranks, of course. The last we need are more leaders. Interesting. Signed, Kronstead. Delta evacuation. Then it's your funeral. Fuck you, Kronstead. I'm not going anywhere. You don't have the authority to make me. Harry. This isn't my orders, you idiot. I'm just the messenger. You want to stay? I can buy you some time if you want to hang out at your dump, but your crew is moving tomorrow, Kronstedt. Day after, on the 14th. Mr. Ackers, I'm happy to inform you that your crew has safely arrived at Theta. Let me know when you are ready to move and I'll send a transport. Peter Skrasky, Theta Dispatch. Peter Skrasky seems interesting. Grayska, subject Merry Christmas. So 4 months later. Merry Christmas, Mr. Akers. Or Ackers, whatever. Don't hesitate to ask if you want to be relocated to Theta. Peter this guy's just chilling out here, doing nothing. All right. Access log. Local access. Terry Akers. Terry won his 1,000th game of chess. Yeah, bet so. Corrupt. Nah. Okay, this is not bad. Out of 1,610 games, he won 1,000 of them. That's a pretty good record. That's actually pretty insane. But that's a nice little sidebar area here. And you know what sucks? Is that this guy's alive. And you want to know what's worse? He's wearing the same suit as us. From the emails, it sounded like he would rather live alone than lose rank. Yeah. The other thing that I was thinking as I was reading those was like, what is the reason for... Let's say he's illogical. He's of sound mind. Why does he not want to go to Theta? Maybe he knows something we don't. And based upon the fact that I see there's a corpse there that's being kept open by the WoW, or kept alive by the WoW, and then now we've got... Let's see, we've got bloated corpse... Well, not even a bloated, but definitely a dead corpse. Well, corpses are dead. But anyway, cadaver. There we go. Cadaver with the same suit as us. So there is a chance that we could be human, but there's also the equal possibility that, no, we really are half human, half robot or whatever. Or maybe we're a unique thing where we're fully AI, but in a human body, like a synth. Well, actually, synths, like Fallout 4 synths, like they're synthetic, obviously. WoW won't let anything die. We saw that with the lady. Yeah, exactly. Like, it is the ultimate survival unit, basically. Which isn't terrible, but isn't great either.
Rusted shut. Probably for the best. Not sure I trust the shuttle train anymore.
Yeah. What is kind of weird is that I know that this is important to something, but I don't know what yet. So let's just keep exploring and seeing. But the WoW is an interesting concept because, you know...
It's a long drop. Careful, Simon, careful.
Yeah, that's death right there. There are so many games that take on the idea of what happens when humanity dies, but we leave remnants of ourselves, right? It becomes very strange and very quickly foreign because you start to realize very quickly and with a lot of simplicity that, you know, we basically become strangers to ourselves in a sense. Oh, here's one of the advanced units that failed. Rip. It's the control room. Well, let's see what happens here. Can we get in here? We haven't gone in here yet, I don't think. Yep, there we go. Hey, bud, can you open the door? I'll be damned, he can. But, you know, it really does raise the question of, like, how willing are you to survive in a situation like this? Like, no one is going to just, like, sit there and just die, right? But the same thing is, like, once you give up, like, you will eventually start making decisions, consciously or otherwise, that's going to put you in jeopardy of death. And then as time goes on, the chance of it actually happening will increase. From what I understand, it's only hinted at. WoW is programmed to preserve human life at all costs. Yeah, it sounds like it, because that woman was a textbook example. Now, here's what's interesting, right? Let's take, for example, like, this is hypothetically Terry Akers, right? What if Terry knew that that was the plan of it, and that's why he sealed this area shut? Like, there's green goo and all that all over the button you can't hit. And you've got this weird guy outside. And in here, where the robots can't get to him, look at that. We have a human bot. Oh, I touched that.
Right? You saw Akers fucking injecting that shit into them?
He got me pretty bad.
I think I made it worse pulling away. I can feel it bleeding out. Can you see him?
Fuck.
He got on the Zeppelin. He's going back to Theta. We have to warn them.
Good luck with that. The platform radio is dead. Remember.
The Lumar Annex should work. It has to.
Yeah. You go. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just not.
Come on, Evans. We have to warn them. Come on.
Interesting. So if we look at the wounds here, human cadaver. I really wish that, like, I know it's kind of scary and like, oh god, dead body, blah, but like, I really wish devs would take more time to put actual injuries on corpses that would indicate what actually happened. Like, you've got blood on the legs, you've got blood on the thigh, you've got blood on the chest and the face, no clear wounds. He said he got injected. If it was a needle, I totally get it, because, like, you can't see a needle wound. But, like, there has to be something more. Oh, I didn't mean to click him again. There has to be something more than just this, right? Like, why is his helmet off, right? Like, why is the helmet off? Why, like, it's just, it's so frustrating to me. But, yeah, alas. But I do agree with you, though. Like, it is probably the case that, more likely than not, now it looks like Terry was an evil actor of some sort. Now we need to find the Lumar Express or something, which I'm assuming is this place over here. Or sorry, the Lumar Annex, I believe it's called. Got a staging area. Kind of looks like part of the components that they need for the satellite, like this little assembly line thing. I wonder. What else is over here? We've also got a massive tower in the distance. But that's where we came from, I think. Now, my gut is telling me we need to get into this building or, like, jump down here. Will it let me jump over this? No, okay. It is warning, like, hey, there's something down there, though. And it's like, all right, all right. Question is, how do we get in there? Oh, there's just tanks. All right. Well, we need to find the Lumar Annex. And the only thing that we have remaining right now is the 3 radio stations and this massive thing that has a massive sign on it. So maybe this is our ticket? This little silo appearing thing? I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know. I'm at that point where, like, I'm kind of running out of ideas on what we can do. Because we do have the satellite dish, or the radar dish thing, right? And we have the 3 channels that go on there. Oh, is that a terminal that I missed? Great. Ah, there we go. Shipping. Malfunctioning Haimatsu SAT from Phi, whatever. Frame components to Lambda, Pascal cartridge to Theta, fuselage from Lambda, arc shell to Phi, Delta evac to Theta, Komarabe survey group. And then unspecified. So on the 15th of January, 2104, so a year later, we have Terry escaping to Theta. Oh, hey.
Transport active. Unspecified cargo.
Well, now now we got the Zeppelin.
Gotta get ready.
What about the antenna? Oh. Oh, I see. What in the hell? That the Zeppelin? Where is it? Oh, there it is.
That's definitely the Zeppelin.
All right, let's give it a second. I want to check something. I want to restore these before we go. Zeppelin 49 has thought.
You can see the Zeppelin now.
Good. Sorry about the mess. Without the positioning system, the Zeps just keep losing their set routes. Voljet did say that you could have fixed it on your side by rejigging the antenna.
We unintentionally solved it.
Are all of you coming?
No, just me, Goy, and Creer. Akers is set up being a stubborn old man.
All right. See you soon, Brandon. Happy evac.
Wait. They were evacing. What stopped them?
Peter, can you hear me?
I hear you, Terry. I mean, Mr. Akers, sir.
I've changed my mind. I would like to come to Theta. Let Delta sleep.
Of course. Wow. Honestly, didn't expect to hear from you again. Such a long time since you checked in. We have a few divers in a Zeppelin surveying Lambda at the moment. I'll just make sure they pick you up when they're done.
Thank you for the warning. I'll make sure they feel welcome.
Okay. See you when you get here.
All right, so now the story checks out. He murdered whoever the people were at Theta. The people at Theta, the people that didn't leave, the people that left Acres, they got to Theta. Year later, he requests to leave. They send in the squad to go pick him up. He murders them by injecting them with something, and then obviously we have the guy over there who died. And then now, Acres got onto the ship and went to the area, and now we're following in his footsteps. So now at least we can go to Theta, where there is a alleged 25 people in the entire region. So who knows? Let's see how this goes.
Calm down. We're safe.
Hi, Kath.
Oh, it's really disconcerting popping in and out of existence like that.
Well,
Where are we now?
Delta,
Right, Zeppelin.
At least that's what you said before the crash.
Oh, right. Of course. Is this a Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Appropriately named. You think it can get us to Theta?
It's a cargo transport. They use them for moving materials between the sites, anything that's too big for the shuttles. I'm sure it can carry us.
This is gonna be sketchy
why
as hell,
won't it
though.
work? Come on. Oh, the tool chip's
No
bust.
way. Don't tell me I need to
part of the
drive
Omni
it.
tool?
Look who's been paying attention.
We have to deal with that back at Upsilon.
Then you know how it works. We need to get a new tool chip and switch it.
Care to point me in the direction of the closest tool chip storage?
I think it would be easier to just take one from a robot.
What? Just knock a robot over the head and steal their chips?
Sounds like
the
something I would
toolbox
do.
over there says it has a stun baton. You could use that.
Come on. I don't want to hurt anyone. Isn't this a bit much?
It's just a robot, Simon.
We're just robots. Sort of. I'll get us a chip.
Yeah, but the alternative is we die, you know.
Guess I have no choice.
All right, where are you? You're staying. You're a good boy. Where's the other guy? Wasn't he over here? I bet, like, now that I'm looking for him, I'm not going to be able to find him. He's just going to be completely disappearing. Sorry, I missed your message. It makes sense that WoW would make monsters and put consciousness in random robots. How can an AI understand what a human is? Yeah, exactly. You know. Hi.
Ah, come on.
Just die already. I don't care about you. I treat all... Oh. Rip. Alrighty.
I hope this works.
Poor guy. Now we're gonna have another dude hanging out with us. But no, you're right. Like, you know, how can an AI understand what a human is? And the same thing, like, how can a human understand what an AI is? It's a thing that cuts both ways. A human will never fully understand what an AI is. The same that an AI will never understand what a human is fully. We'll have understanding and, you know, similarities, but there will be unique differences that only an AI will know, and so on. So, it sucks, but it's true.
Thanks, Simon. Don't be mad, okay? We really needed that chip. We'd be stuck here.
Oh, I don't care.
Did you do it? Kill a robot like that?
I get attached to them too. I'm not a monster. But in this case, it had to be done.
He was talking. I mean, he was delusional, but he seemed sincere. Present.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
I
it's
agree,
fine.
Catherine. Yeah,
Was he
I'm
really that
so
different
with
from us?
Catherine right now.
It's just beginning to sink in. I mean, really sink in. I'm a robot.
Didn't we cover this already?
Guess I've known ever since I woke up at Upsilon. I just keep suppressing it. Like my brain doesn't want me to think about it.
Catherine's about to tell us we're
It's
human.
really getting hard not to think about it.
Yeah. Could
Maybe
you
not.
maybe hit that switch over there so we could get moving?
But
Yeah,
no,
sure.
I want to philosophize and sit here and think. Now, what's interesting is that when I sat here and talked about stuff, there was more dialogue, so I'm going to sit here. Catherine is very rational. Simon is very emotional. I wouldn't say that Simon is emotional. It's more so that Simon is extremely existential, right? Like, because the thing is that, like, emotion would be just a pure reaction to the events that's going on. And that's what Simon is experiencing. So I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I'm simply saying there's more to it. And I think the reason why he isn't as rational as Catherine is because Catherine has been awake for much longer. According to the timeline, Simon has been awake for, like, maybe a day or two. And he's already murdered a real human being, a robot, and then another robot, like, literally because of me, right? I'm just piloting his robot flesh suit, just having him kill stuff. But Catherine is, like, you know, been there, done that. And also, keep in mind, yeah, Catherine has been around for way longer. Yeah, so not only does she have the familiarity, but she's had the time to be like me, where she's parsed and separated humanity and bots, and then bot humanity, and then, you know, humanity bots, and then the spore and humanity, the WoW and the humanity. So to her, like, it's just like a power tool. If a tool runs out of a battery, you recharge it. If the battery doesn't fix it, you throw it away. You get rid of it. You get a new one. That she treats them like tools. Now, does that mean she disrespects them? I don't know. But either way, like, she's like, look, like, I bet she would say, like, if Simon was like, oh my God, I want to, it's like, dude, he's going to sit there for 9 hours talking to himself about this. And you're going to be here the entire time with the only source of entertainment. Like, just like the easiest thing ever. Safety first. And home we go.
Thanks.
Allegedly. Oh, it's not a cutscene. Okay. This is cool. I hope that it doesn't... I hope that one of the cables don't snap and send us flying into the abyss. That would be really bad. It would really suck if the spore human guy showed up and said, hello, konnichiwa. You know, like, that's kind of... like, I'm flagging everything right now. There's green goop. Anyone with that thalassophobia or whatever it's called in chat? I have it whenever I'm swimming. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a pipeline. Is there any, like, I want to see like a whale or something. Oh, it just loaded the area. I want to see like a whale or like a shark or something. Just something cool. Well, instead we get to see more machinery.
We got a slight delta detour, but we're back on track.
Yeah.
We should touch down on a cargo platform just outside Theta. Then we just head inside, grab the Dunback, and head down the abyss. 4,000 meters. That's a long way. We don't have to worry, though, because with the Dunback, the Ark could have been in the Mariana Trench. It'll hold for anything.
That's great.
We can start listening to other people when they talk, because that's how conversations
big ass
work.
fish.
What? Oh, sorry. I just can't stop thinking about what we've become. It's clear that we're no longer human. But then how can I feel like Simon? How can I feel
identity
like anything
crisis,
at all?
yep.
I mean, technically, I don't have any ears, no mouth. Christ, that's a weird thing to think about. I mean, I'm making sounds. I'm still saying things.
You sure are. Okay. Your new body most likely has senses similar to those you had as a human. And your mind, only knowing one way to perceive the world, superimposes that skill set on top of your new features.
Perfect way to say it.
So my mind is covering it up, pretending nothing's different.
If it didn't, you'd probably be incapable of interacting with the world at all.
Yep.
And the stress would either kill you or make you go insane.
Yep.
So I've found a good balance between awareness and ignorance. Does that mean I shouldn't think about this stuff, or are my thoughts actually making me cope? Could I tip the balance by suddenly gaining some insight and go insane?
No, it's at the deep unconscious level.
We have real things to deal with. Saving mankind, remember?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're closing in on Theta. I'll eject the Omnitool. As always, don't forget to take me with you.
Kath, before you go, the artificial intelligence you mentioned in the escape vessel?
Uh-huh, yeah, the Warden unit, the WoW.
Is it the WoW's fault that we're like this? I mean, it seems like something an unreliable AI would do.
I suppose it set the ball in motion, but it's not directed with purpose. It's really complicated to explain how machines think, Simon. Concentrate on getting inside Theta, okay?
Simon actually makes a really good point, where why are we waking up now? Did the WoW finally figure out, oh, hey, this is our best chance to save humanity? You know, go, 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 go. That's so fascinating. But Simon brings up a good point. Like, okay, like, what the hell spawned us? Because it's very, I mean, you are glowing. True. Yeah, true. Like, if you think about it, there are no humans left. Like, if there are, they are no longer human. They are some weird amalgam or combination of other things. And because of that, they're not really human. Oh, data buffer unavailable.
Strasky, wake up Dr. Masters. We're bringing in anchors.
What's wrong?
What can I say? He's had a rough day.
Jesus Christ. He's all butchered by structure shrapnel. The WoW sure did a number on him.
Brandon, flip the panic switch on the suit. I don't want to burn through the oxygen.
You're kidding, right? He's fucking hanging on by a thread. We need to move him.
Strasky, get the infirmary ready. We need to move fast.
Wait, where are Kumarabi and the others?
This is all we got. I guess it's still at Delta.
Yeah, I can't do this on my own. Grab the other side.
Strask, ready or not, we're coming in.
All right, see you soon.
So, what structural? It wasn't an explosive? An implosive? Well, if it was an implosive, we'd be dead from the pressure differentiation, but Delta T or whatever it's called. Delta P, rather. But eternity among the stars. These are graves. Ah, and I'm stepping on them. 4, 5. So of the 25 that I saw on that roster, there's now 20? Great.
This thing on? Can everyone hear me?
Hi, Strohmeyer.
Listen up, all members of staff. The ARC project has caused a lot of arguments the last few months. I'm not going to pretend I understand what the hell Sarang talked about and how his continuity suddenly made sense to kill yourself. For the fucking love of God, or whatever you think is important, don't kill yourself. This place is miserable enough. Don't force your friends to clean up your blood. Rest in peace, all of you.
So they're
Good?
okay. So they're self-eliminations. Okay.
All right, everyone, show's over. Get back to work.
Yeah, that is one of the most unfortunate things about it. Like, if you're a human being and you're an endling, which is the term used for the end of this, like, last people of the species. If you don't have a clear goal or path to walk, like, let's say it's all dudes, right, in an entire facility. Once you die of old age, it's over. So why suffer and endure that and just clock out early? You know, your retirement's not going to be any different. It's just speeding it up. And it's a very dangerous line of thinking because it's completely like, it's nonsensical because it's only taking into effect the practical.
Wait, am I already here?
But to put the period on the end of the sentence, the idea of being in that situation is existentially terrifying because there is no such thing as a good answer. But that's not the answer that should be taken, because it eliminates any possibility of good. You know, it's like the argument where there is hope, there is a future, and that's the case is. I mean, if you die forever. Being alive is so rare, it's valuable. That's precisely the point I'm trying to make here, right? Even if your situation is hopeless, persist, right? Even the worst of life is worth living because you don't know what comes next, right? Like, it's like Pascal's wager and other things like that, you know? Like, we don't know. We have no idea. No one has ever told us. And because of that, like,
Hello?
big gamble.
Hello?
Who is that? Mark?
No, we haven't met before.
Is this Mark?
I think we're safe.
Oh, I was so worried something had gone wrong.
What's your name?
Robin Bass. Theta Field Service Technician.
Nice to meet you, Robin.
What's interesting is that we just experienced something pretty clever. Simon has now, in this very moment, been able to segregate in tiers. So there's these AIs that are imperfect that are using and doing stuff.
Different though.
It is, yeah. And then there's the more accelerated AIs like Catherine. And then there's us. So at the top of the pyramid, there's us, right? Because that's how it goes. We're always the center of our universe. Welcome to humanity and how it goes. Then below us is the AI of Catherine, which is the most lifelike recreation of a human being. And then you have these like kind of like drones that, frankly, like I could kill them right now. Like I could pull this out and kill her right now. Would not care.
Just not prepared.
And I can.
How did you get here?
I got scanned, like the others. And then I killed myself. At least I think so. I can't remember that part.
How does that work? Did dying get you into the Ark?
Wow, you're definitely not from Theta. Let me guess, Omicron? Wasn't sure Catherine would be able to scan you guys. You're lucky. There was a lot of talk about this at Theta. The idea is, when you're activated in the Ark, there's basically two of you, right? One human, one living scan in the Ark. You don't want your copy to survive you. You yourself want to survive on the Ark.
Yes.
If the human you dies before the scan is initiated, or closely after, you yourself would live on in the Ark. Amazing, right?
Oh, damn it. I tried taking a screenshot because I was like, the way she worded it didn't make sense. So if...
Maybe it's something I'll get better at.
Hold on, let me ask
Did
her
Catherine
again.
put you up to this? Killing yourself?
Catherine Chun? No. I don't think you understand. She just did scans and put them into the Ark. I hope I get to meet her soon so I can apologize. She always got into trouble with Strohmeyer when someone killed themselves.
I think she's okay with it.
Where is everyone? I thought there would be like 40 or 50 people here.
I don't know. I'll let you know if I see anyone.
Let me ask her more
Robin.
stuff.
I'm not sure how to say this.
What?
This
He's
is
gonna back out. He's not gonna say it.
pretty amazing, right?
Yep, thought so.
I mean, the Ark.
He's not there yet.
It's great. Catherine and the guys have really pulled through. They saved us all.
Yep, thought so. I was like, he's gonna pull out. He's not gonna commit to it. Because he's still at that phase where he hasn't really... He still treats them as equals. He doesn't treat them as lesser. But he's starting to do that. That's what's going on. Holy crap, it's 9. Let's see if we can ask her more stuff.
See you later.
Will do.
Okay, that's the end of the dialogue. So... Okay, so it looks like Catherine Chun, the person that's in our Omni tool, is the AI we're carrying around. And she was responsible for the scanning of the AI, or the human consciousness into the Ark. Strohmeyer would get angry at her whenever someone killed themselves. And the reasoning, it seems, from her was that if you eliminated yourself, you could be uploaded into the Ark. Or if you were manually inputted, if you didn't die, you would be fine. But it is kind of human, though, that the AIs that they got uploaded into were these worker bots to be useful to the humans that existed rather than actually putting them on the Ark. Because they have the technology, they have everything, they could do it. But they didn't because of the fact that they could be useful here. And that's why they're basically trapped in this hell, more or less, right? Now, I'm going to have to be that guy, and I'm going to have to call it here for progression because it is getting late. And I know the moment we open this up, we're going to open up a new can of worms. But definitely, I'm going to play more Soma sometime soon. I definitely want to just kind of knock it out of the park, kind of just do it, you know what I mean? But I don't have a schedule out yet. I'll probably hack one out and get it out. But do you like it so far? Oh, I love this game. This game is amazing. This game is let me snooze the ads real quick. This game is one of those games that make me thankful that I cared about philosophy and stuff back when I actually had time to like really read and, you know, when I had that like obsession time with it, because it was and still is like one of those things that's very valuable to have no matter what. I really do appreciate the game from an academic and also just like a personal sense, because I'm really grateful I get the opportunity to talk about these cool things, right? Like, oh wait, what's this? Oh, one more. We almost missed it.
Are you there? Who is this? Catherine?
I'm busy working. Oh, I just wanted to say thank you for what you did. Don't worry about it, but you should stand up for yourself. I mean, Strohmeyer doesn't have that kind of authority. You can just tell him to go fuck himself. Oh, I just don't. I'm not that kind of a person.
What an interesting...
Fight for you all the time. You're a brilliant person, Kath. You're so smart it makes my head spin, but sometimes you just disappear into yourself. Suddenly it's like talking to a fucking 5-year-old.
Autism be like...
It's just hard. I can't just be more like that. Everyone would know I'm pretending. It's not too late to win people over. Strasky likes you. I like you. Reed likes you. Strasky likes everybody. Yeah, that's true. Wait, you think Reed likes me? Catherine, a lot of people like you. You just need to open up a little. Be more approachable. Can I get back to work now? I'd rather not be reprimanded twice in one day. Okay, see you back inside. Over and out.
Back in undergrad, I actually don't know. I know they got accepted into a PhD program for something, but I had a friend that basically was like that, like kind of like Catherine, very reserved, very shy, very like recluding into themselves, and they were autistic, and but wicked smart. Like you would talk to them, and you would be stunned by the way that they could explain things and the things that they had, and it was just it was incredible, you know, just like insanely impressed. I remember the first time I talked to them, and I remember I was in a class with them, and is it philosophy? I don't know. It was one of those classes where it was like highbrow stuff, and he was just a sponge of information. Like, you would tell him something, and he would immediately get it, like first try. And I wasn't able to really become their friend because like they were very much so a loner. But even now, just like hearing about that, like, yeah, reminds me of him. But it is interesting to see, just segueing into the next part, is how the AI Catherine has a different personality from the IRL Catherine. And isn't that terrifying that let's say the exact same thing, which is a copy of you, is different than who you are? And it's like, that is insane. That's intense. So I think with that, I'm just gonna talk a little bit. How are you guys doing? I haven't ever since my computer, or not my computer, but my internet died and everything went crazy. I haven't had time to kind of just sit here and chat. I've actually been thinking of doing a just chatting stream from time to time, because I've realized that like I haven't really just done a stream where I sit here, chill, and talk. I did it like just as a happenstance with Signalis, but like, excuse me, just like a random stream where I come on and I just talk about stuff, right? AI Catherine has been alive for a long time, so different experience from Catherine. True, yeah, AI Catherine is like probably 400 years, 300, at least 100 something years. Because the way she talked about decades was like there were weeks, right? Or like days, like very short time frame. They diverged at that point. Yeah, there was a point of divergence somewhere. It's just a matter of where. But yeah, no, I think I'll probably do, I don't know this week, but I really want to finish up I am gung-ho on finishing Soma as soon as I can, just because I think it's really good. Signalis, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really bedazzled by it. It's a good game, I liked it. But, I'm not feeling as gripped as I am with Soma. Like, Soma, I am just completely and totally just unimaginably, like, smitten with. Like, today I was like, because I don't have a schedule, right? Like, or at least for this week yet. And I was like, what am I going to play? What am I going to do? And I'm like, am I going to do a just chatting stream? No. Am I going to do that? And I was like, wait, Soma. Like, I'm really tired, but I also, like, despite my body being tired, my mind is awake. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. I mean, well, my mind is exhausted, but, like, I have enough in the tank. Anyway, what I mean is that, like, I was like, I want to sit in the bottom scape of the world and just chill. But, yeah, so, my off days, quote-unquote off days. Basically, I just do stuff that for stream, off stream, more or less is what I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I've actually been thinking, it's not a set thing, but I am thinking of doing, like, changing the off days from Tuesday and Thursday to, like, maybe Tuesday and Wednesday? I don't know. if I'm honest with you, I kind of don't want to take off days, but obviously I do because like health and stuff, and like just for the sake of everyone's sanity and my own. But ASMR under the ocean. But I think for Wednesday, I think we'll just do Soma again. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm really hooked right in the mouth with this game, and it's just I'm enjoying the fight, you know, and I can't wait to breach the surface, you know. And I don't know how much longer I have in the game, but considering we're already at Theta, and so it was Upsilon, Theta, then Omicron, and then Tau, and then Phi, and then Omega. So I think we're roughly about at either the 1/3 or like close to halfway point. I'm quite excited about that, actually. But I want to see how many people we got hanging out with us. Let me see. Is there anyone online that I can toss you guys over to? And as usual, I didn't fix my raid message because I am a man of unimaginable stupidity. Oh, Crunchy's on. I was going to say that either half or 2/6, 2/3. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Nice, nice. Let me see. Looking at it. Who's going on? Oh, Crunchy's doing D&D. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can find someone in Soma. I want to raid someone new. Why not? I'm not crying, you are. Oh, they just started. We can, yeah, give them a little bit of a boost and also probably more energy as well than me. I'm just sitting here philosophizing.
What you taking photos of?
Oh yeah, we'll do this. Assuming that they will let me raid them. So let me go ahead and set that up for you guys. Raid. This is a new person, Cozy Rain. Just a heads up, you know, intended for mature audiences, so all that good stuff. I have not changed the old message. I need to fix it. My bad. But please feel free to use that raid message when we go over. Please consider dropping a follow, not only for this channel, but also for the person we raid. Saying hello, doing all that. But if at any rate, thank you guys so much for joining me on this wonderful journey of having fun, doing cool stuff, and learning new things. And I'm excited for Wednesday, because Wednesday we're going to do Soma Part 3. We're finishing this game, come hell or high water. So until then, take care. Have a good. Thanks for the raid. My brain at the end of the day be like. But we're gonna go ahead and raid over at a Cozy Rain. Give some love. Please consider a follow. It helps you have no idea. It helps so much. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again on Wednesday. And I have some exciting news that hopefully I can announce maybe Wednesday. I'm working on it. I got some cool stuff. Doing more cool stuff. But anywho, have a good one. Good night. Rezanara. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And for those of you who are still here, thank you so much for watching the VOD. Take care. Have a good night. And I'll see you next time.